Raise your hands if making money in real estate is your thing. That's what you want to do. All the way up, please. Thank you. Raise your hands if you're a member of Private Investment Club already. All the way up. Excellent. Raise your hands if you have never seen me before. All the way up. Oh, cool. Raise your hands if you're not going to raise your hands at all the way up. Thank you. All right, my name is Sunil Tulsiani, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Just about 2005, in 2005, 2004, my wife comes to me and says, look, you're a police officer, and it's not working out. You're not here when you're here. You're not here when you're here, and it's not working out. So I looked at all my friends and my buddies and everybody like that. If you had to guess, did they have a good family life, or did they have not so good family life? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Not so good. Excellent. So I realized that I'm one of those guys. I'm about to lose my family. I'm about to lose my kids. And I decided I had to do something else. Now, I did not have millions of dollars. I did not have millions of dollars, so I could just quit my job and go somewhere. I had to make money. So what I said to myself, okay, if I'm going to have to look for a job, you know what I'm going to do? Let me open up a coffee shop. Let me open up a sandwich place. Let me open up some dealership, even vending machines. Raise your hands if you guys thought about making money in some sort of businesses like that all the way up. Let me see that. Excellent. Now, I went to every business show, every franchise show, every real estate show, every show that came, even the shows that I had no idea what they were, I just went because I wanted to make huge amounts of money in there. I go there, and I'm almost about to sign on a dotted line for some sort of business, realizing that I'm going to work 18 to 20 hours a day. I'm going to hire teenagers, and I'm going to pay $200,000 to $300,000, and I'm going to buy myself a what? What am I buying myself? Job. Excellent. So I'm buying myself a job, and I'm saying to myself, this is not what I want to do. And when you buy a business every month, what do you have to sign for like 5 years? What do you have to sign? A lease. A 5-year lease. And you know, there was business where I was signing leases for $8,000 to $15,000 a month. And if you would take $10,000 a month, that's $120,000 a year, and that's 120,000 times 5 years. How much is that, guys? Was that? $600,000. So I said to myself, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that. So one day, I opened up Toronto Sun, because Toronto Sun is a very qualitative newspaper, as you all know. I open it up and flipping pages, and there's this big guy going like this. They're going, buy real estate with no, what do you guys think? No money down. And as a police officer, do you think I'm going, yeah, great. What do you think? Or do I think it's a what? Scam. And can somebody tell me, if you're already a member, don't tell me. Can somebody tell me who that guru, real estate guru could be from 1990s, who could have said that to us? Who would that be? Starts with R. No? Pretty close? Robert Allen. I had no idea who Robert Allen was. He said, so I closed it, and shortly thereafter I go and I say, you know what? I'm going to go, and so I opened up the newspaper once again because I was enticed. For some reason, I knew I needed to go into real estate. I always kind of liked real estate. So I go into it, and I look at it, and it's a free 2-hour seminar. Free 2-hour seminar. I'm thinking, wow, I get to learn something for 2 hours. So I go there, and what do you think they did at the seminar to me? So sold me a boot camp, right? Sold me a boot camp. I'm like, okay. It was $5,000, by the way, and I paid for it. And immediately I was thinking about who? My wife. See, how the hell do you explain to your wife that you just blew $5,000 on this some guru? Anyways, I went back and I said to her, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually take a 1 year of unpaid leave of absence. And then during that time, I'm going to work. And if it works out, That's great. If it doesn't work out, we have a safety net. So we agreed to that. And then I'm sitting there thinking about, okay, I am going to want to make money. I have to make money. And today, those of you who have been trying to make a huge amount of money, I want to tell you, I did not have a real estate background. I did not have an experience. I'm no marketing guy. I was not a public speaker. And I was a shy guy. Shy guy. Guy who sits in the office, and if there's a meeting, I'll be the last person to speak up. In fact, I would wait for everybody to leave and then get up and ask question afterwards to the main guy, quietly, because I did not want people to know that I'm asking a stupid question. So I'm standing there, I'm saying, okay, what do? I go to this training, and I go for this 3-day training. And during this 3-day training, I'm going to tell you, despite what I had thought about, that training, that 3-day training, changed my life completely. Why do you think it changed my life completely? What do you guys think? At that training, they taught us 2 things. One, like Steph was talking about, you need joint venture partners, and you need people with money to lend you the money, and you need to have access to great deals. So he taught us about real estate and access to money. So I said to myself, I'm just going to go out and do it. I did not know whether it's right or wrong, but I knew I had to do it. So I went back to my friend who was a real estate agent, and I said, hey, I just graduated from Robert Allen program. Here's my certificate. I passed. By the way, everybody passes, right? You pay $5,000, you pass. And I said, now what I want you to do, I want you to show me properties that are below market value. Properties that produce positive cash flow, and properties that I can buy with no money down. So when you have these deals, send it my way. And you know what they told me? We'll get back to you. I go to a second person. You know what they told me? We'll get back to you. Then I went to my buddy, who was my neighbor, a millionaire husband-wife team. And I said to them, hey, guess what? I just passed Robert Allen course, and I'm looking for blah, blah, blah. And he said, okay, buddy, come, sit down. So he had me sit down. And he says to me, look, no offense, we laugh at people like yourself. Every time these gurus come in, I get all this influx of people who want to buy properties, no money down. He said, if there were such thing, why do you think we would just pick them up if there were no money down? And I said, yeah, and plus, please add the fact that I want relatively no risk involved. So the guy says it doesn't work. And by the way, assignments, they're illegal. Flipping, illegal. Buying properties in the US, illegal. You can't do it. Look, I've been working for years and years and years, and I hardly make a huge amount of money. And I'm a superstar. How are you going to go out and make $200,000 a year? Because that's what I want. Why did I want to make $200,000 a year? What do you guys think? Why do I want to make $200,000? Twice as I was making as a police officer. I was making about $100,000. As I left, I was a platoon commander, and I was making about $100,000. So in order for me to have the guts to quit my job, I had to have twice of the amount of money in my mind, or else I couldn't quit. And the clock was ticking. And I want to tell you, okay, if you're a member, please don't say it. Do we have shirts for me or something like that I want to give away? If I can get that. No, that's just a bag. If somebody can, by the way, hang on a second. This is Sangeeta, my wife. Let's give her a hand, please. Come on, you guys can do better. There you go. Thank you. I want to tell you that I bought a lot of properties. And I wrote it with my hands. I wrote in a marker, that I am going to make $200,000 a year. That's what I wrote. And then I made $200,000. And what I said to myself is that if I made $200,000, and I wrote down that I made $200,000, I always wanted to be a millionaire. Why don't I just write down, I, Sunil Tulsiani, will make $1 million by the end of, and put the date in, signed it, and dated it. And I made 16 copies, not photocopies, handwritten, original 16 copies. And I posted them all over my house, okay? And when I posted them all over my house, my wife walked in, and she started pulling them all off. Why do you think she started pulling everything off? What do you guys think? It's crazy. You know why? Because we cannot allow our guests to come into our home and see these handwritten notes all over our home. It doesn't look nice. So Sunil, go find another place. So Sunil, what he did was I went in. I was allowed to put it in the washroom, and I'm allowed to put it on the fridge. Okay? That's it. So what I did was, if you open the cupboards like this, and on one side of the cupboard, boom. On the other side of the cupboard, boom. And when people came in, because it's closed, nobody can tell. So every time I want my clothing, it's there. If I'm in my closet and my clothes are hanging, if you move the all the hanging cloths, move them, it's right there. When I'm sitting doing my stuff in the morning in the washroom, it's right there. So if you're not a member, you're eligible to tell me this. Because you're a member, you already kind of know this. I'm going to give this beautiful golf shirt out. Tell me the first year. How many properties did I bought the first year? Yes, in Canada. 16 properties. Yes, but do not cheat. If you already know, do not cheat. I just want you to guess. 16 properties. What else? Who said 30? Raise your hands. 30 properties. Who else? 10, 8. Somebody over there? 6. 1. Oh my God, you guys have no confidence in me. Over there. Anybody? How many? Just guess. Throw out a number. 100. Oh, 0. Somebody has absolute no confidence in me. 0. I said 6. 6. 50. Ooh. Who said 38? 38? 38. 1,000. Oh, I wish I did. I wish I did. What's that? 77 properties. How did you know that? You heard me before. Let's give them a hand, guys. 77 properties. 77 properties. And do you think I said to myself when I started that I'm going to go and make $1 million by selling 77 property? Does anybody know, did I make that million or not? What do you guys think? No, I did not. I made $980,000. I know you feel sorry for me, don't you? And I want to tell you what I felt about money. I mean, every time the money comes to me, I feel good. Every time it leaves me, I don't really feel that good, even today. So when I made my first $20,000, when I made my first $20,000, does somebody, again, please, if you know it, don't say it. When I made my first $20,000, what do you think I did with those $20,000? It's very, very technical. What do you guys think I did? Spend it. What else? Reinvest. What else? Gave it to my wife. Well, I didn't have to worry about that. She knew how to take it. I gave her an unlimited budget, and she exceeded that. Anyways, no cheating, no cheating. Okay, here's what I did. I cashed $20,000 in $20 bills, and I put it on the bed, and I rolled around with it.
Who could have guessed that?
Now, I want to tell you, because you may think, by the way, I'm 45 years old, and when I started this, I was about 38. Yes, I'm still a child. I still love to have these kind of games, and I enjoy it. Now, what I want to tell you is very simple, that in order for you to grow and become a real estate investor or have a business, first thing I want you to do is stop learning and learning and learning and learning, and then damn stop learning. Go do something. Go buy one property. You know when people tell you, go set up a whole team, have accountants in line, have lawyers, have everybody else, and then when I ask them, what have you been doing? They go, you know what? For the last 5 years, I'm building my team. Oh, really? How much money have you made? Well, I've spent $30,000 in training. Wow. How much money have you made? Nothing. Here's what you do. Go get a great deal and make money now. I hope you guys have a $1 million that you owe to our beautiful tax department. Because most of you are saying, I need to set it up. Yes, you do. But go make some money. People come to me and say, I'm going to write this off. I say, write it off against what? What are you writing it off to? Well, I spent $30,000. Yeah, but what are you writing? There's no profits. Oh, really? Yeah, there is no profits. Go make some money now. Now, I'm telling you this because some of you have been going to trainings after trainings after trainings. Some of you have made money. But raise your hands if you have everything that you want, that you've gone to the success level that you want to, whether it's 5 properties, whether it's 50 properties, or 100 properties. If you've gone to the level that you always wanted to, you should not be here. You should be sleeping somewhere in Florida or California or whatever. You need to go to the next level, which is to find good deals and to find people with money to fund those deals. People go, I had somebody hired me as a coach. I charged him $700 an hour. And he says, Sunil, give me the secret. I said, you got to find a good deal, and you got to find people with money, and that's your secret to real estate investment. They go, no, I want the advanced stuff. Like, give me all these big, binders that I can read at home for the next 2 months. I said, find a good deal. Let me teach you how to do that. Find people with money, and then you make money. Raise your hands if you have bought property in Canada, no money down. All the way up. I want to see all the hands up if you've done it. Whoa. Okay, keep your hands up, please. Keep your hands up. Now, the ones who have not or do not believe people can buy properties with no money down, look around. There's like 100 people that bought property with no money down. Now, raise your hands if you bought and sold or bought or held. At the end of the day, you've invested in 5 properties, all the way up. 5 properties. 10. All the way up. Keep your hands up. 15. 20. Whoa. Keep your hands up if you did 20. All the way up. Let me see. How many, sir? 60. I'm sorry? 60? Give them a hand. 60 properties. Give them a hand. Now, if you're in doubt that you need to buy more properties in order to be rich, that doubt needs to disappear now. You need to multiply. If you're going to write a book, don't sell 1 book. You need to multiply, maybe 1 million books or something like that. By the way, by the end, I'm going to talk to you about how to get access to joint venture partner, 100% of the money, and access to $300,000. I want to tell you that in addition to not really having real estate experience or background in real estate, I did not even have a university or college degree at that time. I have since taken an online degree, but since then I have not done it. And what I have been told is that I have the street smarts way of doing things. So I was a police negotiator, I was a detective, and a platoon commander at the end of the day. And the knowledge I had one day, last year, anybody know HEC, HEC University? HEC? HEC University, which is a business university in Montreal, called me up, which is right there. There's a poster of that of me over there. And they say, we'd like you to come and speak to our business BBA students and show them how to do business. Now, I always wanted to go to university, but I never knew I was going to be on the other side of lecturing people. And when I did share with them how they can take their mindset and take it to the next level, I have students right now following me because of that. And that's the photo I took while being there. This is my team at the office. And the lady, Yara, the only Caucasian lady there, she is a person who is 65 and became a member of Private Investment Club. And since then, we took her out for a party when she bought her 12 properties with us. Is that a good thing? Yeah? Yeah, you can clap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bogdan, as you saw him on the video, is my first millionaire. He's a full-time teacher, but part-time real estate millionaire as a member of a club. And Sadhna, who's in this middle of that, she is a single mom who bought 18 properties with 40-some odd doors in the last 3.5 years. Is that a good thing, guys? Yeah, you guys can clap, yeah. So, after all this time, Robert Allen never came when I paid $5,000. In fact, when I even bought the advanced course, he never came to see me. Because he came on the video and said, hey, I'm Robert Allen. My guys will teach you now, basically. And I was really pissed. I'm like, what? I paid $5,000 to see somebody else? Anyways, after 5 years, last year, Robert Allen and I shared a stage in Toronto. And there are people over there on the stage that came out. There were 10 of them who were millionaires because of his and my system together. Very proud of that fact. And we were actually in his house 2 weeks ago studying with him and all that stuff. Now, how do you raise money? How did I raise money? What did I do at the end of the day? Can somebody tell me what is the most important part in raising money? What is the most important part? What is it? I'm sorry? Yourself. Okay, give me more. Asking, yeah. Asking you shall receive. Great. What else? Good deal. Good deal. Give him a hand. Let's give him a hand. Give a deal. Give him a hand, guys. Remember, the most important resource that you have that is non-renewable, it's not money. What is it? It's your time, right? You guys are here. You're paid to be here. I want you to be present. And remember, more energy equals more what? Money. More energy equals more money. So deal is important. But in order to raise money, let's say there are people out here that actually have good deals but can't raise money. So tell me, what is it that is the most important in raising money? What can you do to raise money? What is one thing that you can do? Tell me. Credibility, excellent. So tell me, how do you build credibility? I'm sorry? Just ask? Trust. Okay, how do you build trust? What action? Like your track record? Excellent. Somebody said something here? Your relationships, beautiful. And, I'm sorry? Become an author. Like, look, everything that I'm saying and sharing with you, I am doing right now. So, there is one main way that I made huge amount of money, and I raised money, and I flipped to people. I did assignments, I did flips, I did rental, condo conversion, rent-to-owns. I did everything that bought me money today, and that's going to get me money in the future. Everything. I really didn't care. I took 4 or 5 strategies, and whatever the deal, the guy says, I don't want to flip. What do you want to do? Well, I do rent-to-own. Okay, let's do rent-to-own. Does it make money? Yeah, okay, let's do rent-to-own. That's it. Let's flip. Okay, let's flip. I don't think you deserve 50%, Sunil, because I'm putting all the money and you bought the deal to me, so this joint venture is not fair. Can you fathom that people are going to say that to you or not? Yeah, people are going to say to you, if I come to you and say, look, here's a property and these $200,000, you're going to put the $200,000, I'll do all the work, and we'll split everything 50-50. What's the first thing people think then? I'm sorry? Credibility, yes. But do they really want to put all the money and No. This is the real life, by the way, the real stuff. They don't. So I say to them, this is what I said to them verbatim. Okay, 50-50 is not fair. What do you think is fair for me to get you the deal, to negotiate the deal, to have it fixed, to have it rented, to have it managed, and to turnkey it? What do you think is fair? What do you think is fair? And they'll go, well, I think it's fair that you make 30%, 35%. In the beginning, I said, you know what? Normally, I don't do that. But with you, because of you, sure, let's do it. So the question here is, how did I make almost $1 million? How did I do that? There was one strategy that you guys can do it now, and it's easier if you just follow that. What would that be? Okay, let's write this down. Write this down. Center of influence. Center of influence. They're not necessarily rich people. They may not even necessarily be real estate investors, but they are center of influence people. Pretend. Raise your hands if you have never seen me before. Raise your hands all the way up, please. Okay, so let's see. What's your name, ma'am? Joanna. Joanna? Okay, so Joanna, so am I one of the center of influences today? Yes. Okay, so yes. And so if Joanna wanted to get money from me, what's one thing she needs to do? Starts with R, relationship, right? Okay, great. Now, Joanna, if I liked you and you and I were friends, would it be easier or harder for you to get my money and money of my people that I know? Harder. It would be harder if I didn't have a relationship? So if I had a relationship with you, it would be harder or not? It would be easier. It'd be easier or harder?
Easier.
Easier, okay. Let's give her a hand. Let's do that. Okay, it'd be easier. I'm not talking about buddies or uncles, although I have my uncles who have millions of dollars. I'm talking about you got to know me, okay? It'd be easier. Now, if you get to know one center of influence and you just worked with them, then would you have to go spend time with hundreds of people? No, you don't. And I'm telling you one thing. Most people have a hard time going to center of influences and saying, I want to do business with you. They have a hard time. You know why? Because those guys are not accessible. Because those guys may say no to you. Because those guys, you walk up to them and say, hey, listen to me. I'm your fan. I want to do business with you. I love you. Can I do this? It doesn't work. It doesn't work, okay? Because they get too many people coming up to and saying that. So how do you connect with center of influences? How would you connect with center of influence? What would you do to do that? What do you guys think? Yes, sir. Okay, so let's say you just met me, and the show ends, right? Later on, you come and see me and say, hey, it was a great, man. You were so inspiring. I can't believe you did this. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. So now you and I are talking. So tell me, what would you say to me?
Just do things, find the common things that you can do together or share together.
Common thing, yeah?
Build your relationship upon those things like home or something.
Yes. All right, sounds good. So you want my technical answer to that? Response to that? No one. I mean, no one. Imagine if I went to Brian Tracy and said, hey, let's find common ground. Let's have you see something to eat and all. First of all, I can't even get access to him. The first thing you do is forget that you exist. Forget that anything that you like even means anything. This is for center of influences or not. So what's the most important part when you walk to center of influence? What would you say is the most important part? What do you guys think? Yes, the deal, but hey, You call me up, I'm sorry, I'm not available. What is the most important part when you do have access to center of influence and they don't even want to see your deal because you can't even present the deal to them? What can you do? Offer them something they need. Look, it is that simple, guys. Find out what they want and give it to them. This is a billion-dollar formula in business. Billion, not million. Find out what they want and give it to them. So, if you're talking to me, you would never say, hey, let's figure out, I got something for you, you got something for me, I'm going to show, I got this deal for you, I got a deal for you, I got a deal for you. You want to look at a deal? Look at it, look at the deal, look at the deal. No. Stop the deal throwing at people. First thing you would say is, ask me, what got me into this? Do I love speaking? Where do you get this energy? Why do you hop around in the audience? Why are you not on the stage, Sunil? You will ask me, what are my aspirations? What's your goal? How can I add to you? What is it you need? Hey, you know what I need? You know how, and can somebody guess how I got Robert Allen in Toronto? And how I got T.R. Ecker to come in and have a meeting with me? How did I do that? You know what I did? I took a yellow sticky note, and I said, I could put 500 people in the room. You interested? Question mark. And I said, here you go, give it to the assistant. I can put 500 people in the room. You interested? Robert Allen. I can put 300 people in the room. You interested? In Toronto. Because I know the most important thing to them is to be in front of people. Okay? Now you're thinking to yourself, well, hang on a second. I can't put 300 people in the room. That's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is you find out what they want and you give it to them and they will come. So when I was dealing with training sessions and all that, so pretend I'm back in 2005, 2006, and I have a speaker talking and training and all that stuff, and he's talking about all this stuff. I went up to the trainer and I said to him the same thing what I'm sharing with you, which is this: look, you are a great speaker. Where'd you get this inspiration? So he went on. Now I'm going to tell you, as you grow on the top, at the CEO level or president level or whatever it is, not many people come to you and say, how's your day? What do you need? Can I do something for you? I'm not talking about the employees, but people generally don't do that. You know what people do? They go up to them and say, give me some stuff. Just give me everything you have. You must be rich. You got everything. Just give it to me. Go back to them and say, this is what I can do. So the guy says, look, I'm all over the place. I love speaking and all that stuff. And I said, great. Would it be okay if you made $10,000 to $20,000 extra every time you came to Toronto? He said, yeah, and you wouldn't have to do any work. He said, yeah, I mean, of course. Now remember, I spoke to him to find out what he wanted. This is what he wanted, to make more money. He's first rated, he's all over Canada. So I said to him, look, I got some great deals, opportunities. And if we can find a way for you to mention this to your group somehow, I'll make sure you get paid. And that was as simple as that. And here's the secret. I did not do it with one property. I went to condo conversion people. I went to builders, real estate builders, pre-construction condos. And I said, look, if I buy 20 properties from you, 20 condos from you, now some of you are going, whoa, 20 condos. I can't even do one. 20 condos negotiation is easier than trying to negotiating one condo. Would you agree? If you were a developer and I came to you and said, look, I want to buy 20 condos, give me a good deal, would I have a better chance if I came to you and said, I want one property from you? Which is better? 20. So what I did was I got 20, went to the center of influences, and I sold it through them. And I flipped it through them. Guys, if anything you want to write this down, that you need to find what the center of influence wants, and then you go and get it for them. What if I told you that it's my childhood dream to build schools in certain areas? You go, you know what? And what's stopping you? And I said, well, what's stopping me? I just don't know who to contact. I say, you know what? Write this down. I might have somebody that can help you with that. See, you're not saying you have somebody. You may have somebody who can help me with that. And you know what you do? You run back and Google everything, find whatever you have, call friends, and then call or email them back and say, remember we were talking about it and you wanted this? Here you go. And do not say, here you go, and by the way, now you owe me something. Don't say that stuff. People come and tell me that, by the way. Hey, I just did this for you, so what's in it for me? Well, you just, okay. So you basically find out what the COI want, and they will do it. Who else is a COI, Center of Influences? Guess. Tell me who's COI other than public speaker. Who else is COI? Who else is a COI? Authors, great. Who else? Politicians, yes, absolutely. If your uncle was a politician, believe it or not, it would be easier for you. What else? Who else is the COI?
People who has a wide network, that means
Wide networks.
yeah,
Perfect.
financial advisors,
Financial advisors, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, chartered accountants, any type of accounting, taxation, any place where people have access to members or their customers. They are COI, Center of Influences. You just need to deal with one of them. I went to India recently, and I spoke to a guy, a chartered accountant in Mumbai, India, and he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing properties in Florida. I said, how much? I go $60,000 to $80,000. He goes $60,000 to $80,000 down. I said, no, $60,000 to $80,000 in totality. There is no down. 3-bedroom, fixed up, rented, fixed, managed properties in Florida for $80,000. He says there's no possible way that that's even possible. And I showed him. He goes, I'll take 100. So you tell me. So let's do some math. I make about $7,000 to $10,000 every time I flip. If I don't do that, then I don't flip. So how much is that? 100 times? Close to $1 million, $750,000 million. Is that a good thing? Yeah. You guys have access right now in this room to do that. That's why I have made my mission to go and meet, work with, do business with people that have changed my life through their books, through their videos, through their speeches, and people that I thought that there's no way that I can reach them. Give me a name that you think it's not reachable, and I'll show you how to do it. Just throw a name. I'm sorry? Trump. Donald Trump. Who else? Obama, okay. Warren Buffett, right? Great. What else? Who else? Richard Branson. Okay, great. So if you have $500,000 cash, they will come and pick you up in a helicopter and take you to Donald Trump's house, and you can have a lunch with him. If you have $15,000 to $50,000, Brian Tracy has a program where you can go and see him and stay at his home. If you have $15,000 to $25,000, you can go see Jack Canfield at his home. Maybe $50,000. Tony Robbins. Everybody is reachable. It's just that how much money do you have? So you do not start with them right now. Of course not, because you may not have it. But if you're in a position to do that, the best $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 you can ever spend, because now you get their attention, and guess what? All my life, this is my whole goal, is to find out how to get them. This is in Hollywood, getting an award from Jack Canfield. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that way you align yourself with the people who are more bigger, famous, more richer than you are, is the way to improve yourself. And this is what you do. Your goal is to get access to their emails, to their clients, to sell it to them. And I've been doing that for a long time. And recently, Robert Allen came to us and said, let's do some business together. Okay? Because here's the secret. Robert Allen is not a real estate investor anymore. You guys know that, right? He's guru, real estate guru. But how did he make his money? Really? How? Tell me, guys, what do you guys think? Teaching, coaching, selling courses, right? So I went to him and I said, look, you have this coaching, this is how you make money. Let's make money in real estate together. Okay? Now, if you had access to my 30,000 people, would it be easier for you to make lots of money? Yes or no? You want to have access to other people's list because you eventually want to have, that 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people on your own list, so then the people would want to do business with you. Did you know you can go to some of these gurus and say, look, I'll pay you 20 grand, just send this email out? Did you know that? You can do it. And it'd be worth it, because now they become your list. So, center of influences, how do you do it? From now on, anytime you go to any training session, you look for in the room who are the center of influence people, okay? And you go and deal with them. Please don't get me wrong. Yes, you should network amongst each other too, okay? But why not try to do what I just said? If you can get 2, 3, 4 center of influences and just work with them, and don't get discouraged if they rub you off. They basically blow you off, okay? That's okay. That's okay. That's part of the deal. So there's another mentor of mine, somebody I look up to, and when I went to see him, he says, one thing you can do to be happy is what? What do you guys think? What's the best way to become very, very happy? To make other people happy in the world. This is after him doing so much research as to what makes us happy. Here's the wealthy cop meets the wealthy barber. Now, where I got the wealthy cop, the name was from Toronto Star, just so you know, because they said you've seen wealthy barber, but have you ever met wealthy cop? Obviously, you've seen Don Campbell. I was sharing stage with him. Frank O'Day, he's the founder of Second Cup at my office. And then I wrote a book that said 7 most expensive mistakes I've made. Front cover. I got to the front cover because when the market crashed, we crashed and we lost lots of money. So did a lot of people that I knew, including myself. So we made it to the front cover. There. This is Robert Allen and my members of my private investment club. We were in California. And we're in limo with Robert Allen and some of my private investment club members as well. If you're not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time.